Greetings from Recife. Not Recife. Recife. This is what I've been learning, that R is an H sound. So it's spelled R-E-C-I-F-E. Recife is how it's pronounced. Anyway, so here we are. We're going further north in our journey through Brazil. It's a little warmer, a little bit more tropical, as you can see. And when you're in Brazil, you're really in one of three places. One is a restaurant, two is a colonial church, or three, of course, is the beach. I want to see how cold this water is. Now, we are further north, so... let's see. Oh, that's warm. Oh, that's warm. That is nice. Oh, I wish there weren't any sharks. That's so nice. Here's your ball. Here. Oh, there you go. My first game of football with a little kid on Boa Viaham Beach. So you have a little tide pool here, or quite a big tide pool. So I guess this is good if you want to steer clear of sharks, but then you also have just like trash, you know, kind of floating around, and seems a little bacterial.
Leaving the shark-infested waters of Boa Viaham, I ventured into the heart of Old Recife, built during the 16th and 17th centuries of Portuguese and Dutch colonization.
So on this historic street, where you can still see many bombed-out buildings and unhoused people sleeping on the sidewalk, on this historic street you have the first synagogue in the Americas, right here. Here it is. Even if you're not Jewish, it's still cool to take it in, you know, and just to see the history. This is pretty important, just given the importance of Judaism in the Americas. It's really cool to see the first one here.
The synagogue looked more like a local union hall than a place of worship, especially considering the ornate Catholic churches that I had been visiting in Brazil.
One thing you'll notice here in Recife is a lot of interesting stores, artisanal stores. Welcome back to Telemundo. That's the English version of Telemundo, in case you were wondering. Also, I realized Telemundo has nothing to do with Brazil. It came into my head. Oh no, it says TV Mamulengo. Okay, 4K. TV Mamulengo.
On the surface, Recife's colorful visual aesthetic was celebratory, but underneath, I started to sense a spooky, almost creepy quality to it.
Well, that last one is really, really horrifying. It's a skeleton with breasts. Just walked into a very cool bar with some really neat artisanal theatrical wall art. Very cool. And of course I got my afternoon Brahma beer. Nice and cold for a hot day. And the good thing is I can walk around with this. Cheers. So they have thousands of little plastic pieces of paper or something that when the wind kind of goes through it, it makes this really cool rustling sound. I don't know what it says. I think that's the Brazilian flag, but I don't know what yeah, that's got to be the flag. Now she doesn't look too happy, right? Is it me? All three of these people, they look kind of dreary, no? I'm sure there's a good, solid colonial reason for that, but... Whoa! Hey! fishing. Yeah. Let's see if he catches anything. Uh-oh. Looks like he's got something. There's tension. I see some tension in that net. Looks like he found something. Let's see. No? No? Oh, disculpa. Oh, all right. You tried. It's all about trying. Yeah, no. Oh, you did get something. Oh, you got a lot of stuff in there. Yeah. Wow. Very cool. Ottimo. Okay. Obrigado. Hola. Casquina?
Vista?
Sorry, fala inglês. Oh, let's do mix. Yes, obrigado. Obrigado. It's a hot day, so let's start with dessert. Why not?
Once in the neighboring town of Olinda, I found it even more bohemian and artistic than Recife, full of trinket shops and street artists hawking drawings. But just as in Recife, underneath all the colors was something dark.
A lot of big plaster heads and mannequins and bodies and animals here. I guess that's their thing. They like to just, just make large, like, I don't know, is it plaster? Is that the word for it? Plaster cast? And I know I have a disturbed look on my face, but I think it's actually quite charming.
There was no better example of Olinda's hauntedness than a small museum entirely dedicated to large plaster cast parade figures called the House of Giant Dolls.
This is actually kind of scary. I mean, these faces are just so large. They're all just like staring at you as you're walking down the hallway here. This is really creepy. Oh my god, I'm scared. Is there anything gonna pop out? You have the Alec Baldwin puppet here. There he is.
Once outside of this uncanny papier-mâché house of horrors, I strolled down a hill overlooking the ocean and into a favela that I hoped wasn't one of Brazil's dangerous ones.
Bom dia. Bom dia. Okay, so my spidey senses haven't gone off yet. I could be walking into a favela, but I don't think I am. So let's just keep cautiously going forward. Bom dia. So again, the creep factor continues a little bit here in Olinda. Look at this church here. But more importantly, look at the way these steps just kind of curve here. I've never seen anything like that. What's that about? It's almost trying to kind of disorient you on your way into the church, you know? We can enhance the spook factor a little bit and go to the cemetery here. You always got to look around corners though here. You never know who's camped out. No, I'm assuming this is a cemetery. Looks like big pile of dung there. The feces of Recife. Alright, so there is a person here sitting in the corner. She looks troubled. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my exit here so as to not disturb her, because this, you know, this is her home. So very nice, very nice.
Pablo Picasso de Olinda.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Once back in town, I realized that the art that I had been calling creepy all day wasn't meant to be displayed in a museum, but rather bouncing down a street in a festival surrounded by cheering Brazilians. So with a coconut water in hand and a bosom in my face, I guess I would be my own one-man parade.